Last episode on the Bronzeman profile, I unlocked mining, farming, and foraging 7. From there, I had unlocked the bazaar, and then I went to unlock the recipe for haste 3 potions. I brewed up some haste 3 potions and foraged until I unlocked the recipe for the jungle axe. In today's video, I will be crafting my very first jungle axe along with obtaining some basic tools. I'll also be unlocking my very first minion slots and getting my first talismans. If you're new to my channel, the rules for this series are in the description below, along with links to my Discord server where I do giveaways all the time. Before we get too far into it, I want to remind you that if you want to support me and look super sick while doing it, you can go down and buy my cape off the Mantle store. And with that, let's get right into the video. So, last video I left you all off on a cliffhanger, which was that I hadn't yet crafted the jungle axe, but that's of course the first thing I'm gonna do today. So I'm going to get some wood, gonna craft some sticks, and then from there I'm pretty sure that is the recipe. It's really cheap, and yeah, that looks like it. So then there we go, we got our jungle axe. This is gonna make foraging oak a lot faster, and just sort of everything faster. And so that's going to play into the very first goal I'm going to have today, which is to unlock some minion slots and then get some small and medium storages for all of them. I'm probably also going to want to deal with that situation a little bit, and that's going to mean I'm going to need to forage a little bit of acacia. I'm going to try to make some money off jungle, and then from there probably end up buying some talismans from different merchants, and also try to unlock some of the recipes for the bazaar ones that I can buy. First things first is I want to go enchant the jungle axe in the exact same way that I did before, so I'm going to need 16 of the efficiency 1 books, and then I can craft that together into an efficiency 5, and then I can put that on the jungle axe just like I did with this. I'm also going to go to the gold mine and get telekinesis on it as well, so then I can forage in peace. I also went ahead and made sell offers for all of the things that I have here, and I sold the rest of the junk in my inventory, so now in total I actually do have a decent bit of coins. The thing that I'm totally saving up for is the talismans from this merchant right here, which I think combine to around 26,000 coins, and those will be a very good starter set of talismans. A lot of these also upgrade to different things later, and so I'll have that for later on. I also want to quickly explain why I actually went out and got the jungle axe when the gold axe is pretty efficient as well. So as you can see here, in the park, the gold axe is really fast because I can insta-mine all of the different logs and it's really efficient. However, if I go back to the hub, it doesn't work the same, and that's because when they added the new mining tech for the dwarven mines, they added it to all islands, and they only recently reverted it on the park, and that's why I can insta-mine now. But without that being reverted, I mine very slowly because you by default have mining fatigue. And so as you can see, I mine very slowly, even though I still have haste 3 and an efficiency 5 gold axe, which I should be able to insta-mine with, it just doesn't let me. So that means I'm going to entirely have to main the jungle axe. Once again, the goal that I'm going for is at the collection level 7, and that is the medium storage. I don't really care about the large storage, but I might end up going for wood affinity talisman as well, depending on how I'm feeling about it. I already drank this haste pot as you saw earlier, and now I'm just going to grind out some wood. I don't really need to go grind out any of the resources for crafting the other minions because I can just buy those from the bazaar, but from there I'm going to end up crafting a bunch of minions and might need to go unlock other collections as well. Man, it has been a long time since I've foraged in the regular hub, and I entirely forgot that you just can't break this tree. I still don't get why this is just an unbreakable tree. Every single other tree in this area you can chop down, you can break, except for this one, and it will be on my nerves forever. I don't get why it's like this. Okay, like, come on, Hypixel, I can even break the trees out here, but for some reason, there is just the one immune tree right here. Why? Why are you... What are you? I just unlocked the medium storage recipe, and so I'm probably going to look into crafting some of these. I might just stick with small storages for now because they're just so cheap, but it's honestly not that bad to upgrade them to medium. It's only 8 enchanted each. Also, I do want to check because I'm pretty sure all of my bazaar orders filled, and that would actually be a decent influx of money. From there, I might be able to buy some of my very first talismans, and if so, that'd be really cool. Okay, yeah, that's definitely what happened. I have 40,000 coins to claim, which means that my purse has tripled in size, and now that means I can buy all of these guys from here. But I don't know if I entirely want to do that yet, because I might want to save some of these coins for buying materials for upgrading minions later. I don't really have a use for any of these talismans yet, so I'm probably just going to ignore them. I also am going to deposit all of my coins because losing half of that would be basically everything I have, and that would be really, really annoying. So now I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with my minions, probably end up making a platform, and see what we can do from there. I ended up buying some pretty simple materials from the builder, and I'm going with a very, very bland color palette, and that's just going to be stone bricks and then some other random stone blocks, and I'm going to make it the entire size for all of my minions. So it's going to be 5 in this direction and 6 in that direction, total of 30, which is enough for every minion slot in the game. Am I ever actually going to have every minion slot? I have absolutely no idea. I don't even have every minion slot on my main profile, so I'm not sure how much of this I'm actually ever going to use, but you know what, I'm just going to leave it here just in case. However, I did sort of realize something, which is, at night, this is going to become a massive mob spawner. So I need to go get the acacia candle very, very quickly. Just finished placing the main platform, and now I'm going to go back through with the polished andesite and then make the dividers, and then I'm going to put a chiseled stone brick in the center of each of them, sort of like that, and then that should mark out where the minions actually have to go, and then from there we can get back to actually doing skyblock stuff. Quick change of plans, actually. I have been killed a few too many times by some very unkind spiders and skeletons, so I'm gonna go to the hub and buy some torches, and then place them down where the minions would go. Oh god, I gotta get out of here. It's not a good place to be. I'm not entirely sure why, but whenever you join back onto a server, I think it gives you like a few seconds for you not to have mobs swarm you, and I'm not entirely sure why that didn't happen this time. Normally it does. I also think that I might have accidentally misplaced one of the rows of andesite, meaning that I will actually need to go back through and extend it out one more and then move all of these one out. But I'm just going to try to get some lighting down before all of these guys swarm around me, and they're already starting to do that. I already hate this. This game is a mistake. I just finished placing down all the walls and also these little center things. That's where the minions are going to go later, but I also want to light up in between, so I'm probably going to end up putting torches like there, but I also could just go unlock the acacia collection in order to craft the repelling candle. That might take a little while though, but I'll take a start at it and see how long it would take. I'm probably just going to end up drinking one haste pot and foraging acacia only from there, and then we'll see how much I can get in the 16 minutes and see if it's worth it to go all the way for the acacia candle or the repelling candle. I just finished up with my potion, so I can't insta-mine anymore, which is very sad, and in that time, I got 37 plus how many enchanted acacia? Okay, wow, actually, 48 enchanted acacia. That's really not bad at all. And in terms of collection, I'm really hoping it was good. I went from 250 to 7,800. Actually, that's not bad. So all I would need to do is about 3 times that if I wanted to get the repelling candle. And you know what? I think I'm gonna do it. I really, really do not like dealing with mobs on my private island, and the torches just kind of look ugly. So I think I'm gonna go for another about 30 minutes or 35 minutes, and then I will have the recipe for the repelling candle. The other important part about foraging is now, of course, my foraging level is going up, which means that foraging in the future will be faster, and it'll help out my damage a decent bit. As you can see, I have 18 strength, which basically equates to an 18% increase in damage, which of course isn't as good as it used to be, but it's still very nice early on, and I always recommend that people forage when they're first starting out on a new profile. I've been switching between the jungle axe and the golden axe, and of course this is the very, very old foraging meta that I'm bringing back because I am dirt poor. Even if I did have the recipe for the tree cap, I'm pretty sure it is very, very expensive at the moment. And yeah, it's a little over 3 million coins plus the jungle axe, and so that would be a lot of money for me starting off. I was really, really hoping that I would be able to get it within the span of the 2 potions, but I did not, and I'm kind of surprised. How close am I? Okay, I'm a little under 2,000 off. I'm also very close to the next foraging level, so I think I'm just going to drink one more potion, go through about half of it, and then from there, I'll meet you back when I'm done with that. And there it is, got the repelling candle recipe. It's really cheap and I only need to get one more enchanted coal, so I'll just go to the bazaar and buy that. It'll be really, really cheap in total, and I actually will have a ton of this left over to just sell, which I'll probably make a decent profit off of. Also, because I unlocked the recipe on the way, I'll buy 3 enchanted strings so I can craft the Savannah Bow as well. So if I take this and I do that, that should be the Savannah Bow, which is not actually that bad for an early on bow, and it's really, really cheap, so might as well. And then I'll take that, and I can go there, make the repelling candle, and then sell the rest of this, and I have... okay, that's actually a lot more than I expected it would be. If I make a sell offer, it'll be even more, and yeah, it looks like 120,000 coins already right off the bat. I also have an extra 50,000 coins that I just had from skills and from the other stuff earlier, so now in total I have around 170,000 coins, which really, really is not bad at all. My bazaar also just sold, and there it is, 120,000 coins. I'm gonna buy a little bit of other stuff just to spruce up my island a little bit, but I am actually doing very, very well for this early on in the game. I really have not played this part of the game in forever, so I might actually be doing horribly, but I'm pretty sure I'm doing okay. I realize as I'm placing these down that I was trying to make it look better, and I probably just made it look 10,000 times worse, and I really, really do not know how to build. But if you guys want to see somebody who actually knows how to build on this profile, I do have a friend who would be probably very willing to help me out with that, and if you want to see her added to that co-op, let me know in the comments, because I would be fine with having very cool builds on my island. I just will not be able to do them myself. And yes, don't worry, she would play by the exact same rules and wouldn't be taking any sort of contraband or anything like that, so it wouldn't really impact the playthrough at all. It would probably just mean that I would get some cool builds on my island and it wouldn't look like this. Now that all of this is out of the way and my island looks a little bit cleaner and is a lot safer, I can start doing the things that I actually want to do on this profile and start putting down some minions, and that will be a little bit annoying, and one of the things that I'm going to have to get are compactors and storages. I haven't really grinded for these in a long time, but I can just buy them from the bazaar, which shouldn't be too bad. But I'll start off by collecting this guy who has been patiently sitting here the entire time that this profile has been alive, and has probably created about 10 times more than this. It's just all been voided. But I can pick him up and I can place him in my very first minion slot there. I also have 4 other minion slots, and I'm probably going to end up using all of my minion slots on redstone minions so that I can get the accessory bag, which of course I don't have right now. However, if I want to get anything even close to that, I will have to brave the deep caverns. I have yet to even be here on this profile, and so as you see, I have unlocked the deep caverns now. I am very, very terrified of these mobs because I have no talismans, no armor, no weapon, and will basically get one-tapped as soon as I get close to them. The first thing I'm probably gonna do is just unlock all of the different levels, and so I already have talked to this guy, and so that means all I have to do is jump in the void and that will unlock everything. Now that all of that's out of the way, I'm going to need some armor and maybe possibly a weapon before I go down there. I'm probably just gonna stick with regular prot and growth on some diamond armor or something like that, because I really don't want to mess with anything else. Even these creepers could probably just 1 or 2 shot me, and so I'm gonna stay very clear of them. But other than that, I should pretty much be fine. I'll go grab some talismans, gonna go grab probably an undead sword, and we'll go from there. Of course, right now I have 170,000 coins, and I would love to just go in and buy some really cheap armor in the auction house, but I can't, so instead I will go to the armor smith and see what he has. I'm pretty sure he'll just sell me regular diamond armor, but that also does have growth on it. I will need to level up enchanting if I want to actually use growth, but if I get this and then I put more growth on top of that, it should be a decent set early on. I realized a little bit of the way through the process that you can't actually just enchant a regular old growth onto armor unless you have an enchanting table that has at least 8 bookshelves around it, so that's what I went out and got. I placed it on my island. However, it is a little bit expensive to get growth 5. I didn't quite realize it, but it is 50 levels. If I want that, I'm pretty sure that will be 2 grands each, or it might actually be 3. It looks like it's 3 grands for 50 levels. However, if I do that, then that will increase my EHP by a ton and also level up my enchanting by a lot. Now that I got that, I'm definitely quite a bit poorer, but it will also help out my EHP by a ton. Now I have over 400 health, and in total, my effective health is over 1,000, which of course isn't insane, but is definitely a lot better than it was before. I also remembered that even though I don't have the recipe for it now, it's probably a good idea to start buying things from these kinds of guys so then I can sell them back to the bazaar for a little bit of profit. In general, I don't want to do a ton of bazaar flipping on this profile because, in my opinion, it's just really not interesting on camera, but I might do a little bit, and this kind of stuff is easy enough and takes little enough time that I might as well do it. I also ended up realizing that there were plenty of other items that had good margins on them, so I ended up buying brown mushrooms, experience bottles, a couple different kinds of wood, some fish, and some gunpowder. Of course, it's not gonna be like an amazing amount of money, it's not gonna be insane, but I'm just about to go to sleep anyway, and these will all end up selling overnight, and some of them already have, so this is gonna be a pretty good way that I can make some money. I'll claim a few of them, and then I'll end up buying some talismans that I can use along with the new sword that I'm gonna buy, and I hopefully should then be able to take on some of the deep caverns mobs. I also went ahead and bought an undead sword, and I'm gonna enchant that now. I'm not gonna do a ton on it, but I'm gonna go with what I'm pretty sure you should do and what is really necessary. The only things that I'm gonna go for early on are going to be Smite, and Smite 5 costs 30 levels, and then Critical, and Crit 5 costs another 50 levels. These will definitely help out a lot, but I can't really get anything else because I don't have high enough enchanting for it. I could also go for Giant Killer, and I think I might, but it's really not going to be that useful. Just to quickly get a baseline on how much damage I'm dealing before I've enchanted anything or reforged any of my talismans, it looks like I'm dealing 85 damage off crit, and I think I was dealing quite a bit more on crit. I think I saw 127 before, but of course it's not going to let me have it. Okay, yeah, 128. However, I am going to end up waiting for all of my bazaar things to sell, and I'm going to go to sleep because it is 3 a.m., and I'll meet you back in the morning. I did in fact end up going to sleep right after that clip, and I just woke up, and so it looks like the things that have sold are the brown mushrooms, the spruce, the acacia, the gunpowder, but not the experience bottles. I'm kind of confused as to why, but it's honestly probably better because I kind of wanted to use those for myself for something, and so I can just reclaim them and then use them for what I was going to use them for. With all of that, I'm probably just going to end up relisting these at a little bit cheaper price, and from there I'm going to buy, I think, a total of 4 grands, and that will allow me to do all of the enchanting that I need on this sword. Of course, that was a little bit expensive, but it'll be good because now I can get Smite 5 and I think Crit 5 as well. With that, I can end up trying my damage again, and I'm really hoping it's going to be a decent bit better now, and yeah, it actually looks like it. So that's 119 damage off crit, and then 240 on crit, and that, of course, isn't, like, insane, but you know what? I think with a little bit more reforges and stuff, I could probably end up doing a lot better. I also just got Combat 1, so that will increase it by another 4%. I ended up grinding out a little bit of combat along with reforging my sword, all of my talismans, and my armor. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be the best setup, but it's pretty decent, and I do have a decent bit of crit chance. I have 57% crit chance, 48 strength, 147 crit damage, and I think I'll be dealing a decent bit of damage to these guys. If I line up to test on one of these guys, I am dealing, oh, wow, I'm dealing 400 damage on crit, and I'm dealing 163 off crit, and that is definitely not bad. That means I will be 1-tapping all of the things in the deep cavern on crit and 2-tapping them off crit. I might try to get a little bit more strength so then I can 1-tap them off crit as well, but I also might just stick with this because it is definitely doing very, very well for me. First things first is I'm gonna see how well I can do against the Lapis Zombies. I want to see how much damage I take from them. Oh, it's actually like basically nothing, and since I can 1-tap all of these guys, this will be really, really easy, I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna have much challenge here, and the only thing I'm gonna go for here is probably just unlocking the different recipes, along with maybe going for some Lapis armor. I ended up grinding out Lapis Zombies and some Redstone Pigment for a while, and now I have unlocked the low levels of the Lapis and the Redstone collection, along with getting up to combat level 6 and almost halfway to combat level 7. I'm pretty sure Redstone Pigment are actually one of the best ways to get combat XP early on in the game before you've unlocked the end, so I'm probably going to end up doing them for a little bit longer, but then I might want to just move on to the Slime Hill, Diamond Reserve, and the Obby Sanctuary, so then I can unlock those recipes as well so I can start crafting minions later on. I don't really care to fight any of these guys other than just like 1-tap them because I don't really want to have to deal with them and I have no real use for it, so I'm probably just going to end up going for maybe the first collection in them and then getting all of the emeralds. I'm pretty sure the Slime Hill basically has no use other than just those 2 things, and past that there's no real reason to staying here. So I'm going to do that for a little bit and then I'll be back when I'm done. Once again, I did a little bit of grinding. I unlocked Emerald Collection 1, which is all I really needed, because all I need to do is craft the Emerald Minion, and I went out and did the same for Slime, and now I'm back. I deposited all my coins, and I got some things, and I'm selling them, so I actually do have a decent bit more money now. I'm less just super poor, and I think I should be doing better on money. I also ended up reforging some of my talismans, so I think I should have a pretty good shot at the Diamond Reserve and the Obsidian Sanctuary. I'm gonna make sure that all of my coins are deposited as well, but I think I'm gonna go try them now. I think I got all of the recipes that I really need from here, but I also did just get my first miner armor piece, and so it might not be a bad idea for me to go out and get miner armor, but if I wanted to do that, I might as well go get the Prot 5 version, which I can get in the next level, which I kind of want to take on now. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be as hard as I remember it back when I started, just because I actually know how to play Skyblock now, but I still want to try it out, and I am a little bit worried that I might lose my money here. I also do need to go and unlock the obsidian recipes, and so that might be a little bit harder, and I also realized this is the wrong pickaxe, so I need to get the other one that I actually have out of here. I'm gonna try to not die while I do this, but there is definitely no guarantees here, because this is very slow. I should probably go... Wait, can you even... Oh, you can mine this. You just couldn't mine that one. I'm not sure why. I'm probably going to go end up enchanting this with efficiency, but I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be worth it. It probably will not take that long to just unlock the obsidian recipe, and that's all I'm really here for. I just am here for the obsidian recipe so then I can go and get the obsidian minion down later. I did actually decide to go out and enchant my diamond pickaxe, and this will also just be better for things in general than the promising pickaxe, and now I can go through and mine some obsidian. All I really need is 50 of it, but that might also take a while, so let me get to it. That definitely took quite a bit longer than I expected, but I do actually have it. I got Obsidian level 1, meaning that I can craft the minion now, and that's really the only thing I care about. Just allowing me to craft the minion means that I can get a bunch more slots later, and that's probably what I'm going to end up focusing on for a little while on this profile, just getting minion slots so that I can place things like that down, make some money from the bazaar, and then from there, I'm going to end up using that money for more talismans, for better gear, and then... once I'm ready, I'm probably gonna start dungeons, but that's not gonna be for a while. I also ended up talking to Riss, who is the guy who allows you to teleport to the Dwarven Mines, and so I need to go get mining 12 and then bring him some other things, and I'm going to be doing all of that in the next episode. If you guys enjoy this series and you want to see more, all your support really does matter. Liking and commenting on this video always makes me feel super happy when I read through them. That just about wraps it up for episode 2 of this Bronze Man series. I hope to see you guys later, and adios.